All right, here we go again. You know, I didn't want to get too much into this one because, well, it was kind of boring. Another Maryland shooting. And, of course, if you've seen some of my other stuff, it shows you how the U.S. Army Civilian Affairs Psychological Command runs these drills. And, of course, even this newspaper itself announced a drill just prior to, well, having this drill. And we have this young woman here, well, with all these earrings, and you're going to hear how, she led people out of a conference room because she looks like somebody that would be leading a conference. But anyways, I don't like to snap at the way people look. That just because you're wearing 15,000 earrings doesn't mean you can't be, the Nose Earring Club conference, right? So anyways, let's get a little more into the story. All right? And what she says, of course, contradicts as usual. And again, you're going to hear how, well, at the same time they heard gunshots, they also heard what she thought were police officers, but most likely were men from the U.S. Army Civilian Affairs doing their part, running around with a gun filled with blanks, and then the police were behind them yelling and all that stuff, okay? And she basically describes the scene of a drill, like usual.
I heard two gunshots. I was sitting with my mom, actually was in front of me, and I heard two gunshots. And then I heard the police shouting, and I told my mom, I was like, that's the police. And she was like, no, it's not. I was like, yeah, it is. It's definitely the police out there. And
so what she's saying is it was the police out there. So she heard what she's calling a shooter as the police, according to her words.
I'd heard them shouting, like, get down on the floor, get down now, don't move. And then we heard our doorbell system ring, so me and her had gotten up and went to the door to see who it was, and it was one of the sheriffs. And he said, you have to stay in here, there's an active shooter in the building, you can't move. And so we stayed there, and then a minute later he was like, you have to evacuate, you have to get everybody out now. So then I got...
Okay, so what they did is they created fear and panic in these people that were in a building, okay? Oh no, there's a shooter, everybody's gotta hide. Okay, everybody's panicking, there's a shooter, they hear gunshots, they hear police screaming. And then the police officer comes back, oh, now you gotta run. Think about if you were in a situation like this. Sounds like a drill to me. They do everything that they intend to do in a psychological operation to gain control over their, well, subjects. And this woman was apparently in a conference of subjects with her mother. Okay? Now, the fear that's created by these people, the panic, allows them to lend their own credibility to the authority figure directing them. And they believe that authority figure entirely because they've been put under trauma-based mind control.
Everybody out of the conference room, and we started evacuating, and they took us down the elevator, just one floor because we're only on the second floor.
So, well, normal police officers and firemen in an emergency situation, they don't put people in the elevator. They take them down the stairs. And being only one floor up, why would you bring everybody in the elevator? Okay? It's the control thing. Leading people. Putting them into a closed situation where they feel trapped. Therefore, lending more credibility and authority to the person directing them to what to do.
And we got out, and when we got out into like the foyer, they told us to put our hands up and keep them up, and then start sprinting. So
now, in the videos, we didn't see people sprinting with their hands up. We saw the traditional perp walk where they all have their hands up and are directed out. Got to remember, the reason why they do these certain procedures is all because of this control system they use. The authority system. It lends credibility to the story they're selling you by directing these people around. Okay? Oftentimes, I've told you so many times, these people that are in these situations actually believe them because of the trauma-based mind control that they were put under during this situation, this drill. We've showed you video in the past when the U.S. Army Civilian Affairs runs these shooting drills where they go around shooting off blanks, screaming and yelling, scaring the crap out of everybody. And you've even heard people talk about when they're there intentionally for the drill that they actually still believed it was real because it was so lifelike. The people that run these drills know what they're doing, and they know how to scare the crap out of the people that they are directing around. They also find the right kind of people that are most malleable for, well, their trauma-based mind control.
We sprinted across the parking lot onto the other side where the other building
I don't mean to be rude, but this girl didn't sprint nowhere.
was. They were shouting, "Do you need medical attention? Does anybody need medical attention? Are you okay?"
Now, the police know that, well, because it was a drill, they know where the shots were fired and whatnot. And even if it wasn't a drill, they know that these people that she was with were in no immediate danger, nor were they shot. But by saying things like that, it even lends more fear into the minds of those they are trying to shape. Okay? They are trying to influence the minds, and they do with this trauma-based mind control.
Okay, if you're okay, run to the other side across the street and sit down. And then when we got across the street, the other policemen and stuff were just saying, you know, like, you need to sit down. Somebody will take your testimony or witness. And that was basically it.
Peacock. Well, we don't need to get into all that Illuminati bullcrap. But, you know, I didn't get much into this one because we've been doing some real investigations. And we've been digging into some really good stuff. We've even found that somebody, well, you know, I'll save it. I would love to I love to tell you, but I think this needs to wait because we found some good stuff. And, you know, these things are distractions. But, yeah, it's bullshit. They're all bullshit. You know, especially when you're coming into an area like Maryland, okay? With all of the people that are involved in politics and, you know, the military and everything else, everybody's involved in the system one way or another in that area. So, yeah, those are easy. We've had the Maryland school shooting. We've had other shootings in the Annapolis area and Virginia and everything else. So, you know, it is what it is. More bullshit.
The doc.
What's the matter?
I don't know. I couldn't sleep last night. Started getting headaches, ringing in my ears. I don't know what it is.
Stay right there.
What?
Got it, my locker. Fix you right up.
What are you talking about?
The headaches get worse when you move around, huh?
What?
When you move around, your head feels worse?
Yeah.
Feels like it's gonna blow up?
Yeah.
Glad you came to me, Joe. I know what it is. Got stuff right here. There we are. Take two of those. Fix you right up.
What is it?
Salt. Salt. That's your trouble. You don't get enough salt. Same thing happened to me last summer. Ever since then, I keep a bottle of salt tablets right in my locker. Always ready. Take two. Fix you right up.
All right, you got a penny?
What for, a cup? Yeah. That's something else, Joe. We're not gonna drink that water anymore.
No?
No. Bought a whole case of this just for us. You can drink it right out of the bottle.
What is it?
Poland water. Right from the spring. Real water. You can read right here on the bottle. Poland Spring, Maine. Fix you right up.
Well, maybe I ought to wait until I see the doctor, huh?
Joe, believe me, I know what's wrong. Happened to me, same thing. Salt. That's what you need. Your body's screaming for salt.